All right, let's look at the homework 3.2, problem number 4. All right, so we want to find the relative maximum and the relative minimum of this following function. All right, so let's do that. All right, so first thing I would do is I'm going to rewrite it as 25x plus 16, all right, x to the, so it's a reciprocal, so it's a negative 1 power. All right, so let's find the derivative. So f prime of x is equal to, all right, derivative of 25x is 25. All right, derivative of 16x to the negative 1 would be negative 16x to the negative 2. Right? So I'm going to rewrite it this way. So it's a 25 minus 16 over, so negative power puts x on the bottom, and since it's a negative 2, so it's a squared. Right? Then I'm going to find the common denominator. So you have x squared. So 25 is 25x squared, then minus 16 here. Right? We're going to set this equal to 0 so that we can find critical numbers. Right? So this would give us, we're going to set the numerator equal to 0. So you have a 25x squared minus 16 equal to 0. Right? Then we can, let's see, add 16 to both sides. So you have a 25x squared is equal to 16. All right, and I'm going to divide through by 25 so that we know x squared is equal to 16 over 25. All right, then to get rid of squared, we're going to take the square root. So x is equal to plus or minus. Right, square root of, maybe I'll write it, square root of 16 over 25 would be, right, plus or minus, right, square root of 16 is 4 over square root of 25 is 5, right, so we have those. All right, then we're going to do a number line, so here. Alright, so first thing is, let's see, since the domain of this function is all real number except for 0, so I'm going to mark 0 here, right? And the critical number is negative 4 over 5, so negative 4 over 5, 5, and a positive 4 over 5 or 4/5, right? So let's look at the sign of first derivative. So you have, we're going to look at the sign of f prime, right? So we're going to look at the, let's see, anything less than negative 4/5. So I'm going to try f prime of, say, negative 1. All right, then you look at the sign of, let's pick on this guy right here, all right? Alright, if you plug in negative 1, so it's 25 minus 16, so that's positive. Denominator, because of the square, it's always positive. So this is going to be positive there. Oops. I'm going to use just same color, so positive there. So we have a positive sign on this interval. Alright, between negative 4/5 and 0, so let's try like a negative 1/2. So here, f prime of negative 1/2. Right, so you have, let's say, negative 1/2 square would be 1/4. 25 over 4 is less than 16, so it's going to be negative. So this is going to be negative here, right? So I'm going to indicate that, so you're going to have a negative sign there, right? And anything between 0 and 4/5, we're going to try 1/2. Right, same reason, this is going to be negative. So we have a negative sign there. All right, then the last interval would be, we can try positive 1. So if you plug in 1, that's going to be positive. So you have a positive sign. All right. Then we can see that we look at these critical numbers, right? Since it's increasing, turning into decreasing, we know that we're going to get the local maximum there, right? And if you look at this point right here, right, this is decreasing, turning into increasing, so we have a local minimum there, right? So let's plug it in, right? So we want the relative max at negative 4/5 and the relative minimum at positive 4/5, right? Then we need to come up with the corresponding y value. So let's do that. All right. So we need to find at this point we have to find f of negative 4/5, right? So this is going to be 25 times negative 4/5 plus 16 over negative 4/5, right? What's that? So this is going to be, let's see, we have 5 and the 25 cancel out, so you're going to have 5. So you have a negative 4 times 5, so negative 20, right? Then here, we can cancel 4 and 16, so you have a 4. Then you have you can multiply top and bottom by negative 5 to get rid of this. So you're going to have negative 20, another negative 20, right? So this is negative 40, right? So we have maximum. It's a negative 40. It's a little bit odd. It's a kind of small number for a maximum. All right, then we're going to look at the f of 4/5, which is local minimum. So it's a 25 times 4/5 plus 16 over 4/5. All right. Just like before, 5 and 5 cancel out 5, and the 4 and 6 cancel out 4, and it just assigns different. So it's going to be a 20 plus 20, so it's going to be 40. All right, so we're going to get 40 there. All right, so let's check the answer. Submit for testing. All right, I came back and it looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.